So just taking a few moments, just at the start of class, just to come away from your morning so far and start to draw your attention inwards. And just begin just to notice your breath. So just as it comes in through your nose, along the back of your throat, and down into your belly. And start to allow the breath just to deepen. Then as your breath starts to smooth out, just noticing your body, just how it feels this morning. Make any adjustments to your position to make yourself more comfortable. And try and allow your body just to relax down towards the mat. Try to soften through the head and the neck, along the shoulders and down your arms. And down through your spine to your hips. And then through the legs and the feet. Okay. And then as your body starts to soften, just notice how you feel. Just allowing any thoughts that you might have just to come and go. If you do get caught up in any of these thoughts, then try and just use your breath and draw yourself back towards your mat and your practice. So this week's practice is about mudras, and mudras are really hand gestures, and they're used in a lot of things, not just in yoga, but in yoga they're used really as a seal. So basically if we think about nadis in your body, so the nadis are the channels that move the prana that we create when we practice, and the prana that lives inside our bodies, it moves it around our bodies. And there's about 72,000 of these nadis. And basically they begin and end in your hands and your feet. So your hands and your feet are really important in yoga. And if we use the seals that we create with our mudras, then we can direct the energy in certain ways. So we're just going to be looking a little bit about that today. So when you're ready, I'll get you to just wiggle your fingers and your toes a little bit. And then we're just going to just bend your knees and draw your knees towards your chest. And then just move a little bit. So maybe just circle your hips just round in one direction when you get there. Just have the hands behind the back of the thighs just to support them. And then change that and just move in the other way. So just a nice big circle round. So we're going to start today in Sukhasana. So if you take your time to come up, so maybe roll through your spine just a few times. And then just make your way up into a sitting position. So you might want to grab a block if you'd like. You don't have to, but you could. And just sitting just with a nice long spine. And we'll just bring the palms first of all, just down onto your legs. So just rest them down. Try and drop your shoulders down your spine and try and lengthen through your spine and through the crown of your head. So basically the hand mudras are the gestures that we're going to do today. So your hand has different elements depending on the finger. So the thumb is fire, and then your first finger is air, and then we have ether, earth, and then water. So we're going to use these in different ways today. So first of all, we're going to warm them up a little bit. So you just want to warm your fingers and your hands up. So if you take your right hand, and we're just going to take it, your ring finger, your first finger, and we're just going to gently press on the same finger of your left hand. So you just spread your left hand out, and then just press back gently as you exhale. And on the inhale, release and let go. And then we'll do the same thing. So we're just pressing back on the next finger, just to a gentle position, not try to break it. And then release it as you let it go. So we'll do that again. So just inhale, press back. And exhale, release. And we'll do that one more time, just on that little pinky finger. So just press it back. Okay, so you're spreading it back and release. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So if you spread your right hand, take your left pointer finger and just press in the pointer finger of that first hand. Good, and let it go. So again, on the inhale, just press back on the next finger and exhale, release. And just keep going through your fingers, just gently stretching them. And then again on the last one, the pinky finger. And then this time, if you bring your palms together, so just in our kind of Anjali mudra, and if you just press down, so you're just going to press your top hand just down onto your bottom hand a little bit, and then release that. And then we'll flip them over, and we'll just do that the other way. So again, just press down gently, just stretching through your wrist and your hand, and then release it, and let it go. Now this time, if you make a fist with your left hand and then just take hold of your forearm with your right hand, we're just going to circle round. So you're just going to circle round in one direction. Good. And then we'll change that. We'll just go the other way. And it might feel awkward in one direction and not as awkward in the other, vice versa. And we'll change sides. So we'll make a fist with your right hand and again take hold of it with that left and then just start to circle round. You might hear a little crunching sound, hopefully not too much. And then we'll change that and we'll go the other way. Again, just warming up through your wrists. Good. Okay, release the arms down. And on an inhale, we'll reach up with the hands. And then as you exhale, just press your palms together as you draw the thumbs down and in. So that pressing down is still working through your wrists. And if you feel, so do that again, that there's a little kind of not a nice feeling as you press in, that's just an indication that you could probably do stretching your wrists and stuff out a little bit more, because we use them a lot when we're practicing yoga asana. We use our wrists and our joints a lot, so you know it does take a little bit out of them, so you need to protect them. Okay, we'll do that one more time. So inhale, reach up, and exhale, press down. Okay, from there, we're just going to, again, you might need a strap here. You don't necessarily have to, but if you've got one, you could grab it. So we're going to reach up with your left arm and then bend it behind your head. So you can either take your right hand and just gently press through that elbow. You could take your right hand behind you and grab the fingers of the left hand, if you can do that. Or otherwise, if you grab your strap, just take it into your left hand, take it behind your back, and then use the strap, so you grab it with your right hand, and kind of walk the two hands together. So you're walking your top hand down, and you're walking your bottom hand up in that. But just whatever feels right to you, just stretching through your shoulders. And try and sit up nice and tall, breathe into it. Well done. We'll just take one more deep inhale here and then slowly release the hands. If you've got the strap, release the strap and then maybe roll your shoulders just nice and gently towards the back and then towards the front. So we'll do that on the other side. So we'll reach up through your right arm. Again, maybe just bend it and then take your left hand and just press gently on that elbow. So you're just stretching through that tricep. Or take that hand, take it behind your back bend it up and try and reach for your fingers. And you might be able to do it maybe easily on one side and not as easily on the other. Or use your strap again, so take it into your right hand this time, and then take your hand up and then walk the fingertips up. So you're walking your left hand up and your right hand down, try and get them a little bit closer together. Good, and breathe into. Well done. Okay, slowly release that. So again, if you've got the strap, release the strap, move it out to the side. So we'll give our shoulders another little roll there, just nice and gently. And then when you're ready, we'll start to move to all fours. Just take your time to come over. And again, maybe spread your hands out a little bit when you get there. And have your knees underneath your hips. And we'll just do a few cat-cows again to warm up through your spine. So on the inhale, just dropping your belly and then pulling your chest forward. And on the exhale, just rounding in. So just do that again a few times. So mudras are just another kind of additional thing that we do in yoga. So, you know, there's lots of different things. Yoga asana is just one of them. Pranayama is another. We also have kriyas, which are like cleansing practices that we can do. We also have the mudras. So there's lots of different aspects of yoga. And mudras are really there to help us with meditation a lot of the time, although they do have a lot of kind of medicinal purposes as well, which you'll see as we move on. So we'll move into a more neutral position, but draw your belly in. And we're going to lift through your right leg, so we're just going to lift that right leg up, flex your foot a little bit. Now here, pulling your belly in, as you inhale, you're going to take that right knee and we're going to drop it over so it kind of comes to the outside of your left ankle a little bit. And then we're going to lift it back up as you exhale. So on the inhale, drop it over so it comes over to the outside of that ankle. And then on the exhale, press it back up. We'll do that a couple of times, just moving through it. Try and keep your belly pulled in. Excellent. And we'll do that one more time. Okay, when you come back up, if you straighten through that leg, either stay here or reach forwards with the opposite hand. So again, just whatever feels right to you. Now release that hand down, and we're going to release that right foot to the ground. So if you try and flatten it out so that your heel and your whole foot goes down. And then if you can manage, lift up through your right arm. And then stretch your right arm over your ear. So you're getting it. It's kind of like a bit like side angle stretch when you're doing it. It is a half Vashisthasana, so it's a half side plank position. But it should feel like side angle. And then when you're ready, reach up, back up with that right arm and place it down on the ground. And if you lift up through your right leg again, this time pull your right knee in towards your chest, so maybe round in, pull your belly in. And then step your right foot up towards the top of your mat. So when you get there, maybe slide back a little bit through your left leg. And use blocks if you need to, but lift through your low belly and pull your chest forward. Okay, you can stay there if you'd like. We're going to take your thumbs, so we kind of hook the thumbs together, and that's two kind of fire elements, and then we're going to lift up. We're going to lift the arms up. Okay, maybe look up if that feels okay. Breathing deeply. Relax your shoulders a little. And then slowly from there, release the hands back down towards the ground again. And then we'll tuck the toes under on the back leg. So just coming into this runner's lunge position. So again, press away through your heel, try and lengthen through your spine, but draw the belly in. And that same feeling of pulling your chest forward that you have when you're in that low lunge. Take one more deep inhale. We'll step back to downward facing dog here. So just step back. Move your feet if you need to. And maybe pedal out your feet a little bit. Again, make any movements that feel right to you. Breathing deeply just in and out through your nose. Maybe a little Ujjayi breath now as you move in. Okay, when you're ready on your next inhale, we'll lift both heels up and just slowly lower your knees all the way back down towards the earth. And coming back into this all fours position. So spread your hands, pull your belly in. And then we'll start to move just a little circle. So we'll move up towards your wrists and then back towards your heels. So again, just trying to stretch out the wrists and the hands just a little bit more. When you're ready, we'll just change directions, just moving the opposite way. Again, take your time. And then when you're ready, just move back into the centre. Again, when you get there, draw the belly up and in. And when you're ready, we'll lift up through the left leg this time. So again, we'll just that little flexion through your foot, belly pulled in. And when you're ready, on your inhale, we'll take it over. So again, we drop it over towards the side. So it doesn't have to go anywhere in particular, but just in that direction. And then lift it back up as you exhale. So do that again, so drop it down. And then lift it back over. Good, so do that a few more times, just take your own time to do it. Take it to where you can. It's kind of going to the outside of that right leg, outside of the right ankle if you can. And one more time. So again, when you come back up, straighten through that leg. And then if you want to extend through the opposite arm, so just stretch it away. So draw the belly up and in. Okay, release the hand down towards the ground and then release the foot down. So again, we can place the flat of your foot on the ground if you can, so even to the little toe on that side. And then reach up through your left arm. And then stretch your left arm over your ear, so stretching out and up. So draw the belly in, side of the body facing towards now that left side. Okay, when you're ready, slowly release the hand all the way back down. Good. And then from here, we'll tuck the toes under on that back leg and just press back to that downward facing dog position. Okay, this time from here, if you draw that left knee in towards your chest, again, round through your back. And then step that left foot up towards the top. So when you get there, release the back leg, flatten out your foot. Maybe slide your right leg away, but draw the belly up and in. Again, try not to collapse here, but try and use it more to lift through. So you're lifting your chest, you're lifting your belly. And again, we'll hook the thumbs, so just take hold of your thumbs again, and then slowly lift up, so rising up, good. Drop the shoulders down your back. Okay, from here we'll release the hands all the way back down towards the ground. Once more, tuck your toes under on that back leg. So again, lengthening through the back leg, pull the belly up and in and draw your chest forwards a little. Well done. And this time we'll bend the back leg. So we're going to step up towards the top. So if you just bend it and step in. So have your feet hip distance apart, belly drawn in, maybe the hips a little bit high, but keep your knees as bent as you need to. And then on your inhale here, we'll just lengthen forwards, so just stretching through your spine. And on the exhale, just folding back in towards your legs. On the inhale, we'll reach up, rise all the way up towards the top. And then on the exhale, palms meet the heart. So maybe close your eyes down for a moment. Just again, just noticing your feet on the ground, noticing your hands pressed together. And from here, we'll release the hands. So you can either keep your feet at a distance apart, or you can walk them in a little bit, but still get a sense of spreading your toes and lengthening through your legs and relaxing the shoulders. So on an inhale here, we'll reach back up with your arms. And on the exhale, just fold forwards towards your legs. On the inhale, lengthening forwards. And on the exhale, we'll step back with your right leg. So just take a big step back. So again, draw your belly in. And then if you want to, on the inhale here, we're going to come up to that crescent lunge. So we're going to pull the belly in and reach up with the arms. But take your time. Relax the shoulders. So the shoulders and the hips are forwards. Low belly is pulled in and a little tilt in your pelvis. Okay, from here, we'll bring your hands down towards your heart. So you can either keep them here. We're going to come in for Garudasana arms. So we'll stretch the arms out to the side. We'll take your right arm underneath your left. And if you want to, you could just grab hold of your shoulders here, if that feels better. Otherwise, coming in for the bind. So you can either take your hands round so you grab hold of your forearm or your hand. Again, draw the inner thighs in to support you. And either stay here or maybe lift the arms up a little bit so you can kind of look up through that gap that's created through your arms. Okay, we'll take one more deep inhale here and then we'll just bring the arms back down, release them again, and then maybe reach them back up for a breath. Okay, on the exhale, we'll release the hands down towards the ground. We'll step back to plank. Now you can either lower down here or you could bend your knees first. And then on the inhale, upward facing or cobra, whatever suits you. And as you exhale, press back downward facing dog. So when you get there, maybe take a deep breath in through your nose, maybe sigh out your mouth. And if you still need to move through this down dog, then do that. Otherwise, hold it still, stretch your legs, whatever feels right. Okay, when you're ready, on your next inhale, we'll lift your heels, look towards your hands, and either step or walk towards the top. So just take your time as you come up. Okay, on the inhale, lengthen forwards. And on the exhale, fold back in. So as you inhale, reach up. And on the exhale, palms meet the heart. Okay, we'll do the other side. So inhale, reaching up with the arms. And on the exhale, fold forwards towards your legs. On the inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, we'll step back with your left leg. Again, place it carefully so it feels right. And stay here if you'd like, or as you inhale, draw your belly in and start to move up into that high lunge. Okay, take your time, relax where you can relax, and keep firm where you need to be firm. So again, either draw your palms towards your heart and just stay there, or spread your arms, take your left arm underneath your right this time. Again, maybe grab your shoulders or come in for that little bind. And then maybe lift the arms up. Again, if it doesn't feel right to you, then you wouldn't do it. Just stay where you are. Lower your elbows a little bit. And then unravel your arms again. And again, we'll just reach up just for that one breath. When you're ready on your exhale, release your hands down towards the mat. Step back to plank. Lower your knees if you'd like, or bend your elbows, whatever feels right. On the inhale, upward facing or cobra. And exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Again, maybe a deep breath in through your nose and a sigh out if that helps you. Okay, when you're ready, on your next inhale, lift your heels and either step or walk up towards the top of your mat. Take your time. On the inhale, lengthening forwards. And on the exhale, fold back in. As you inhale, reach up. And on the exhale, palms meet the heart. Again, maybe just close your eyes down just for a moment. Okay, so we're going to come in and do a balance. It is Garadasana. So again, use your blocks if you'd like. Use a wall. Don't do the arms. Just practice it how it feels right to you. So we'll start with the legs, first of all. So standing on your right leg, we'll bend it just a little bit. Draw your belly up and in, and then lift through your left knee. So we're going to cross over at the top of your thighs, really. So if you cross them over, and again, if you want to use a block, you place that underneath that left leg. Otherwise, maybe wrap the leg round. Maybe take your toes all the way round to the outside edge, inside edge even of that right leg. So try and make sure your hips are not going with the leg, the hips are centered. And then maybe sink a little bit. So bend the supporting leg. And maybe just bring your palms to your heart, so that might be enough. Otherwise, stretch your arms out. And we'll take your left arm underneath your right. So again, take hold of what you can, so shoulders, maybe a little bit further round, maybe grab hold of your hands. Good. And then as you sink your hips, try and lift a little bit through your elbows. Good, so lift through your pelvic floor a little bit. And focus, so, find an expansive focus, so something which is broad enough so you're not kind of looking at a pinhead. You want to be wide with your drishti. Okay, we'll slowly now just unravel your arms first of all, and then we'll release the legs. Bring your feet in, maybe bring your palms together and maybe close your eyes down and just notice how your body feels just after that first balance. So balance focuses the mind. Okay, when you're ready, release the hands, open the eyes, and we'll come back in for the other side. So again, it's not always going to be the same, so just appreciate that. So spread your toes, bend your leg now on that left side, and draw your belly up and in. And then lifting through your knee, wrap the thighs, wrap the knees, whatever you can get. And then maybe foot on the block or just out to the side, or maybe take it round and try and get that big toe, kind of working the big toe round to the inner part of that leg. Hips forward and sink your hips a little. So belly pulled in. So maybe palms towards your heart if that suits you better, or stretch your arms out. And then this time, right arm underneath the left. So just take your time coming in. And start to sink the hips and lift the elbows up just a little bit. Maybe squeeze your forearms a little. Okay, when you're ready, slowly start to unravel the arms and release your legs. Okay, we'll bring the palms back in and just close your eyes for a moment. Okay, when you're ready, release the hands and just open the eyes. So we'll come in, we'll do our standing postures now. So again, you may need a block, so you could grab it, keep it close. I will offer a few binds. We're going to do twisted triangle today, so if that doesn't suit you, then you do have the option of just coming in and doing triangle once more. Okay, so just use that option. So we'll start up towards the top of your mat. Just take your time to come up. We'll do a little sun salutation to come into it. Again, if you don't want to do that, then if you step back with your left leg to warrior one, then that'll be fine. So if you spread your toes, lengthen through the muscles of the legs, lift your belly and relax the shoulders. Okay, when you're ready, on an inhale, reach up with the arms. Maybe look at your thumb. And on the exhale, fold forwards towards your legs. You can bend your knees if you like. On the inhale, lengthen forwards. And as you exhale, step back and lower down. So again, bend your knees or just move straight to that downward facing dog. Inhale, upward facing. And as you exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Okay, so we'll lift your right leg up. When you're ready, we'll step that right knee all the way in towards your chest and up towards the top of your mat. So we're coming into warrior one, so we'll spin the heel of the back leg and then start to move up into that warrior one position. So maybe raise your arms, relax your shoulders. And if you feel like it today, we're going to bring the palms together. And it doesn't always suit everyone. So you can bring your palms together, just in that Anjali Mudra, just above your head. Maybe even draw the arms back and try and think about squeezing the arms kind of towards your ears. But again, if it doesn't feel right, if it doesn't, suit you or feel right in this posture, then you wouldn't do it. Just do what feels right to you. Okay, we'll take one more deep inhale here. We'll slowly release the arms, keep your legs as they are, and we're going to take the hands behind your back. So we're going to this time interlink your fingers. So draw the shoulders back, keep the chest lifted, and then we're going to move to humble warrior. So we move forwards, and again, you don't have to move all the way down, move to where you can. Maybe move your belly down, or maybe take the outer edge of your right shoulder to that right thigh. And then try and relax your head if you can do that. And maybe lift the arms over. But again, just wherever it feels right to you. And we're kind of releasing and relaxing down as much as you can. Good, very nice. Okay, we'll take one more deep inhale here. And we'll come up with the arms still behind our back. So pull the belly in and start to rise all the way up to the top. Good, release the hands when you get there and reach up on that inhale. And then on your exhale, we're going to move to warrior two. So we're just going to spiral round into that warrior two position. So again, adjust your feet, make any adjustments that you need to your feet and your legs. Try and keep pulling back on that right knee and open up a little bit on the left foot. Stretch your arms forward and back and then drop your shoulders down. So try and get a sense of relaxing a little bit through your shoulders. Now from here, we're going to reach up with your right hand and then drop it behind your head again. And then with your left hand, you can either just use that arm to, you can turn your body towards the center now, but still keep working the legs out. And then maybe take that left hand behind you and take hold of the fingers if you can, just opening up. It's these cow head arms or Gomakasta arms. Okay, we'll take one more deep inhale. And then release the arms, take them back into that warrior to position arms. And then we're going to move to Trikonasana. So again, if you need a block here, just grab it. So we're going to lengthen through your front leg, pull back a little bit on your left hip, and then move forwards. And then just release down. So just release to where you can. So this might just be where you go to, rather than trying to make it go even further. Just take it to where it feels, right? A block would be handy. And with your top hand, maybe bend your elbow and just take it behind your back. So today, just working on pulling back that shoulder now. So drawing the shoulder back. Good. And remember, your top hip should draw back as well. So if you imagine that there's a wall behind you and you're trying to draw the top hip back. So the idea is not to get down. So the down part is just something that will happen over time. It's more to open up. So you want to open your body a little bit more. Okay, feel the spaciousness rather than, when we go down, sometimes we close up more. Okay, so from there, we'll come back up. Good, well done. And move back into that warrior two position. So just re-bend your right leg. I'm going to go this way because I realise I'm now not the right way for you. But if you bend into that right leg, now we're going to come back into warrior to Trikonasana, but with the option of doing a twisted version of it. So if you re-straighten that right leg, release your hands for a moment. So if you're coming in again, then all you're going to do is to move forward and go down. Okay, but if you want to, this time turn your torso towards the front leg, so that right leg. Reach forward through your left hand. Okay, lengthen. And then come down towards the leg or the block or your floor with the left hand. And then the right arm reaches up. So you've got a twist through the body as you go round. Again, if it doesn't feel right and you'd rather not do the twisted version, then don't. Good. And think more length. So rather than, again, trying to get down or to twist round, think more lengthening your body forwards first. And then the twist will come. Good. Okay, so we'll come back up. So wherever you are, slowly inhale and move back up. Good. And then just re-bend that leg. So just come back into that warrior two. Just for a breath. Okay, we'll release the hands down towards the mat. Turn on the toes of the back leg. Again, just in this runner's lunge position, just for a moment. And then we're going to step to the top again. So we'll bend through your back leg and step up towards the top of your mat. It's when you get there, on an inhale, just lengthen forwards. And then as you exhale, just fold back in. On the inhale, reach up. And on the exhale, we're going to fold all the way back down again. So we're going to do a couple of bounds here. So just in this forward fold position. Now when you get down, if you feel that you're quite high, then you're going to grab a block and you're going to use your block here. If you're okay, then you're going to take the two peace fingers and you're going to take them around the inside of your big toe, and then your thumb connects these two peace fingers. So again, if that doesn't feel right, then I wouldn't bother doing them. So it's just that little hooking of the two peace fingers with the thumb. And again, that little mudra just gives us the fire, it gives us the air and the ether. So it's quite a grounding mudra. So it allows the body just to release and relax. Okay, from here we'll release the bind that you have. And on an inhale, if you just lengthen forwards again. On the exhale, if you fold back in. And on the inhale, reach all the way back up again. Now on the exhale here, we're going to fold all the way down again. So you're coming all the way down. We'll do one more. So again, use your block if you need to. Bend your knees a lot. And this time, if you can't manage this, don't worry about it. But if you can, you're going to lift your foot up and place the palm underneath. So it's palm up. And your big toes, or all of your toes really, go into the kind of the crease of your wrist, which is quite a powerful acupuncture point. So although we use our fingers and we use the fingers to connect, we also use the palms, so palm up is a gesture of receiving. Palm down is a gesture of grounding. Okay, we'll slowly release that. So lift your feet back up, release your hands. On the inhale, lengthen. And on the exhale, just folding back in again. So as you inhale, reach up. And on the exhale, just palms meet the heart. So maybe just close your eyes down again. Just notice how you feel. Done. Okay, we'll come in and we'll do the other side. So when you're ready, if you just make your way back up towards the top of your mat. So again, you could step back with your right leg and then we'll be all good. Otherwise, we'll do a little sun salutation. So spread your toes, lengthen through your body, relax your shoulders. On the inhale, reaching with your arms. And on the exhale, fold forwards towards your legs. On the inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, step back and lower down. Inhale, upward facing. And as you exhale, press back. Downward facing dog. So just breathing deeply now. Okay, on your next inhale, lift up again through the left leg this time. Draw the left knee all the way through towards your chest. And then release the foot to the ground. So turn on the heel on that back leg and start to move up into that warrior one position. So take your time as you come up. Reach the arms if it feels okay. And make any adjustments to your feet. So your shoulders and your hips are round towards the front. And if you'd like to, come back in for that Anjali Mudra. So press the palms together. Remember, we leave that just a little gap. If this feels too much on your shoulders or your back, then widen the arms. Okay, take one more deep inhale. We'll reach the arms back up again. And then on the exhale, we'll move the hands down and take them behind your back. So again, maybe move your fingers. So you've got one finger up a little bit rather than having the same grip as you did the last time. So open the shoulders, draw the belly in and start to move forward into that humble warrior. So keep the belly lifted, try not to collapse. Maybe move down and rest your belly on that leg. Maybe move it over so you rest your shoulder. Lift the arms up gently, keep the elbows bent, and maybe you can relax the head. So maybe you can just drop the head so the weight of the head just drops down. Again, if you don't feel comfortable enough to do that, then don't. Maybe lift your arms over a little bit more to stretch your shoulders. And when you're ready, we'll pull the belly and we'll start to come back up, keeping the arms there as you move up. Release them on the inhale and reach back up. And as you exhale, just move into that warrior two. So you're spiraling round, relax the shoulders, look along your front hand and sink through your legs. Good. Well done. So from there, maybe take your left arm up and drop it behind your head and take your right arm behind your back and just open up through your chest. Again, if that doesn't feel right, then don't do it. Or maybe take the top hand and just place it on your elbow if that feels better. Okay, slowly release the arms that you have. Come back into warrior two, just for a breath here. And then again, move straighten out through that front leg. So we'll come back into Trikonasana. So grab your block if you need to, pull back a little bit on your right hip, and then lengthen forwards and release down. So lift straight up with your left hand, right hand even, and then drop it behind your back if you want to. So again, use it to open the shoulder back, And try and keep thinking of pulling that hip back as well. And just take it to where it feels right to you. Good, very nice. And your drishti, your gaze, can be wherever you want. So if it feels better to look up, look up. If it feels better to keep it more neutral, then do that. Okay, take one more deep inhale. We'll start to move back up, so maybe stretch your arm up first, and then pull your belly in and come back up. Good, rebend that leg just to release it a little bit before we come into the twisted version. And again, if you don't want to do the twisting, you want to work again through Trikonasana, then just do that. Okay, when you're ready, re-straighten the leg. So either move back in and do Trikonasana again, or release the hands, turn your body round so that you've got your shoulders and hips round towards that front leg. Reach forwards through your right arm, and then lengthen your body forwards, and then release down. So you might come to your shin, you might come to the floor, and then rotate round through your torso and reach up through that left hand. Again, just whatever feels right to you. Very nice. Okay, so maybe lower your top hand if you've got it lifted and pull your belly in and start to come back up. Good, so we'll rebend that front leg. Just come into warrior two just for a breath. And then release both hands all the way down towards the ground. So this time, again, coming into this runner's lunge position just for a moment. So we're going to step back to plank this time. So we're going to lower all the way to the ground. So you could bend your knees if you'd like, or just lower yourself down. When you get there, flatten out your feet. Maybe bring your arms round and just lower your head down towards your arms. Just take a moment just to notice your body, just how it's feeling. So we're going to come in for a couple of rounds of Shalabhasana or Locust. So you can either, I would bring your feet together so that your big toes touch and your heels kind of drop out a little bit to the side. So you're using the inner thighs. And then either with the hands just on the ground behind you, so this time palm facing down, so we're grounding, or maybe take your hands and you could just reach back. Okay, we're going to lift the upper body and the legs, or maybe you could clasp your hands behind your back again if you want to, and lift both up. But when you're ready, on an inhale, we'll lift the legs, lift the upper body, so either hands down, hands reaching or behind. On the exhale, release back down. So we'll do that again. So inhale, lifting up. And on the exhale, lower down. Okay, do that a few more times. So inhale, lift up. And on the exhale, slowly release down. We'll do that twice more. So inhale, lift. And exhale, release down. Do that one more time. So inhale to lift. And exhale, release down. Release the hands, bring them back underneath your head and maybe drop the head down. Okay, we're going to come in and do that again. We're not lifting and lowering this time. We're going to lift up and hold. So again, maybe bring your toes, big toes together. Let the heels drop out. Push your pubic bone down. So choose your hands position. So on the ground, reaching back or clasp them. On the inhale, lift up and just holding here. So maybe on your inhale, you could lift a little higher. And on the exhale, try and hold it. So inhale. So we're just holding up the whole time this time. One more deep inhale. And this time as you exhale, just slowly release yourself all the way back down. Good, we'll release the hands, bring them round, lower the head. When you're ready, slowly, we'll bring your hands back under your shoulders. We're going to come back up now, just to an all fours position. So if you slowly press yourself back up. So walking into this all fours, maybe just move your hips just a little bit side to side. So we're going to come in for Gomakasana, and if you don't particularly like Gomakasana, I'll give you the option for half Gomakasana. And if you want to come into it in your own way, then you can. However, the way that I like to come into it is that I take my right leg and I'm going to take it and hook it kind of behind the left knee. So it goes up and over, a bit like when we were doing that kind of movement in the beginning. Split your feet, so your feet are quite wide, and then you're going to walk your hands back, and you're either going to sit back onto your bottom, try not to sit on your heel, or a block would be useful. You could put the block underneath, and then just sit up. And you can sit up nice and tall here, or you can move forward. So it's really up to you where you go with it. If you find all of that too much, then you could do a half version. So you could just have the right leg in front and the left leg just crossing over at the knees and move forward there. And that will give you the same opening of the hip, but it might feel a little less extreme on your knees. So if you feel it on your knees, then I would do a half version of it. Otherwise, hold there. Good, and just breathe. So again, you can fold forward, you can stay more upright. Sometimes I do a little bit of both. So I'd stay upright for a little and then walk forwards and release down for a little. Well done. So if you are folded forward, start to walk your hands back up. And then we'll just walk the hands back out and come back into that all fours position again. So when you get there, you might want to just move your hips a little bit side to side. So just loosen them off a little. And we'll come back in for the other side. So again, this time maybe take your right knee a little bit forwards and take your left knee behind it. So we just hook at the knees, spread your feet again, and then walk your hands back and sit your bottom down. So again, if it doesn't feel right to sit on the ground, grab a block or a cushion and make it quite high. You can make it as high as you want. You know, you can grab a few and make it higher. And then just slowly, if you want to, start to make your way forward. But again, if it doesn't feel right, stay up a little bit more. Because sometimes when you stay up more, then gravity starts to work. The hips will relax a little bit, and then maybe you could walk forwards. And always do the half version of it if that feels better. And breathe into any areas that feel particularly tight and try and allow them to soften. Well done. Slowly now start to walk yourself back up again. Just take your time. And then release the legs just out in front of you. Give your legs a little shake. Well done. Okay, from here, we'll just do a little forward fold. So you can have your legs out in front. You can bend your knees here if you would like. It doesn't have to be straight legs. But sit onto your sit bones as much as you can. Feet together or a little bit apart again. And on the inhale, we'll just reach up with your arms. As you exhale, just fold forwards towards your legs. So just take your time as you move in. Maybe bend your knees a little if that feels better. And use a strap here. So if you've got a strap handy and you'd like to use it, and then just take it around the balls of your feet. And slowly start to make your way back up. So give your legs just a little shake off. So today, instead of our guided imagery, we're going to do a little kind of meditation, which will be moving a little bit because we're going to use some mudras in the meditation. So we're going to come into Sukhasana. You will have a little bit of Shavasana at the end, but if you want to put any socks or jumpers on now, then do that, because we'll just lie back just for a few minutes at the end of this meditation. So coming to a comfortable seat, so Sukhasana if you can. And again, use a block or something. If you want to sit on a block or a cushion, then use that to make yourself comfortable. Okay, so when you're ready, we're just going to bring your palms together. And we're going to start just in front of your heart. So if you just draw them in, relax your shoulders, and you can close your eyes here. You might have to open them to see the individual mudras, but they're hopefully self-explanatory. Maybe you need to see them. So we'll draw your palms together at your heart, just in this prayer position. This is Anjali Mudra, so the reverence seal. Just start to focus on your breath. Start to bring your awareness just to a sense of energy, just rising from the base of your spine and out through the crown of your head. Imagine this energy is like a warm white light beaming out towards the sky. And with your awareness, just resting on the effortless breath, keeping your palms together with an inhale, we're just going to raise your palms up past your face and slowly overhead through that beam of light, grounding down while reaching towards the sky. Spaciousness all through you. As you exhale, slowly extend your arms out and down. The sense of drawing the light out and around you as you bring the back of your hands just to rest softly on your legs. And here we're going to take Dana Mudra. So you're going to take your right hand on top, left hand underneath. And if you spread your fingers and just join your thumbs just very lightly together, and then just relax your hands down. And just breathing into that. And staying with the breath, just spread your fingers a little bit, palms wide open. A sense of energetically moving from your heart center out through your fingertips and the crown of your head. And then this time, bring the tips of your thumbs and just your pointer fingers together. So just allow the other three fingers just to be loose, like energetically stretched. This is Jnana Mudra. So let your thumbs symbolize all that you consider divine or beautiful in the universe. Touching of your thumb and your fingertips represent the yoking, the union of all of these qualities. And breathing and following the natural flow of the breath. Just allow the three extended fingers on each hand just to represent your release of illusions in your life and keep you from feeling more whole, happy and complete. The ego, anger and greed giving way to contentment and clarity of being. Just staying in the lift of this awareness. Keep following the breath by effortless breath, creating a deep sense of self-awareness and self-acceptance in this perfect moment. Slowly just release the hands. and relax them on your legs. And then when you're ready, we'll just make our way just into our Shavasana position. So just take your time. You could even keep your eyes closed as you release your legs, swing them round, and then gently lower yourself down towards your mat. And when you get there, just extend your legs and your arms. And again, just bask in the glow of the meditation that you've just done. When you're ready, we'll take a deep inhale through your nose, and then we'll just sigh out your mouth. So do that again, deeply inhaling through your nose, and let it out your mouth. And then we'll just start to move your fingers and your toes, arms and legs a little. And maybe stretch both arms just overhead and just stretch from your hands all the way down to your feet. When you're ready, release the arms and bring them back over and bend your knees, either with the feet on the floor or with the knees towards your chest. Just move gently side to side. And if you'd like, you could take your time now and just move over towards your right side. If you want to, you don't have to, you can just stay where you are. And then when you're ready, we'll start to make our way up to sitting. So just take your time, maybe keep your eyes closed as you make your way up. And just finding yourself back in that comfortable seat. Okay, we'll bring the palms together just in front of your heart once more, just leaving a gap, just to signify an openness in your heart. So the sentiment for the Angela Mudra and the Namaste is the light in me sees the light in you, which it's great, a great little quote. So I hope you enjoyed the mudras and the little meditation that we did. Namaste. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Any questions or comments, then please just ask. And just unmute yourself when you're ready, if you'd like.